Last night, Joyce got brutally knocked out by Zhilei Zhang in brutal fashion. It was honestly an amazing shot by Zhang to end the fight. A great lead right hook that was able to put Joyce away. He put a good straight left hand to the body, then followed up with a big lead hook, and it laid Joyce out and dropped him for the first time in his career, and knocked Joyce out cold. Well, it wasn't really out cold. It was mostly a stoppage, really, because he made the count. But knocked him out, and it was bad, to be fair. It's a big shot by Zhang. And honestly, I'm going to go through the fight now and say what I thought in those first two rounds, what I was thinking through in that third round as well. So, obviously, round one, Zhang came out as usual, trying to set up the jab, tried to time himself. Nothing really happened too much, apart from Joyce was showing off a little bit of movement, moving his head to the left a little bit more. Wasn't really moving to the right. He was only going in that one direction, really. But he was trying to circle a bit, Joyce. He was trying to cut the ring off in that first round. But Zhang was just... He was able to land the jab a bit. Zhang was wanting to go to the body a bit, to be fair, in this fight. And, trying to send his shots off. Set his shots up. That is what he was able to do, and that is, well, to the body, and that is how he was able to win the fight. Set one up to the body, come through with the lead hook. But yeah, Joyce there wasn't much happening, but yeah, I gave round one to Joyce. He's probably the more active one with landing the jab a bit more. Nothing troubled Zhang at all, though. Round two, Zhang cracked Joyce quite a few times in that round. With that big left hand, of course, knocking Joyce's head back with the jab, following straight back up with a big left hand. Quite a few, he landed a good solid 5 big ones that was able to kind of crack Joyce a bit, opened him up, and yeah, overall, you could tell that fight was going the exact same way as the first fight. It took Zhang that whole first round to kind of figure Joyce out a bit, with him moving a little bit more, being a bit active. But yeah, second round, as soon as Zhang cracked Joyce, his plan was out the window, and he was literally just doing the exact same stuff as he was in that first fight. Trying to walk Zhang down. No, but he wasn't really trying to walk him down. Sorry, he wasn't trying to walk him down. He was cautious as hell, moving forward too cautiously. Joyce was not throwing out that right hand at all. I literally did not. I saw him down one right hand. I think it was in that second round, which did nothing to Zhang, by the way. Zhang was unable to walk Joyce down, landing that big left hand all the time. And, it didn't really take Zhang much skill to be able to do it. Just keep spamming his left hand at him, and that's it. Honestly, and Joyce showed no movement for it at all. Joyce didn't have a tight guard. Joyce's guard was still really wide open. It was. So he got cracked so many times in that bloody second round, and yeah, Joyce wasn't giving him a response. Then round 3, Zhang, yeah, of course, he knocked Joyce out with that big lead hook after a big left hand to the body. And he was timing his left hands really well throughout round 3. His timing only kept on getting better and better, of course, because Joyce was slowing down by the second. And yeah, big shot to end the fight, of course. This is what I thought overall. Well, this is what I wrote, my instant thoughts on the fight. This is what I wrote down. Overall, Joyce was just too slow and cautious and scared to get cracked, so he never threw his right hand out. He was not aggressive enough, and he was still so ridiculously stiff. Great performance by Zhang, though. Timing was great. Great feints to the body and great left hands to the body. He saw body shots as a weakness to Joyce, so we decided to go there. And yeah, so we did do some good work. And yeah, what's next for Joyce after getting brutally knocked out and beaten back to back by the same guy? It's tough. It's a tough way back for Joyce. 38 years old. It's a tough one. He's not Daniel Dubois. He's not, Daniel Dubois is young. Yes, he's taken 2 big losses. But, Dubois is young. He's got time to come back. Joyce is 38. It's not looking great. It's not looking great. He looked worse than he did in the first fight coming into this rematch. It's not looking great for Joyce. I don't know what's next for him. I know Daniel Dubois rematch, possibly. I think Dubois wins that. Possibly give him Chisora. Chisora says he wants 3 more fights. So we could do Joyce and Chisora. I actually think Chisora could actually cause Joyce a few problems with like that small kind of being able to land that overhands. But Joyce is good against smaller guys than him. So it's interesting. To be fair, what's next for Zhang? I know, it's interesting. I would like to see Zhang in there. I want to see him fight AJ. I think it'll be a great fight, Zhang versus AJ. I think I'd like to see him in there. I don't know. Zhang and Usyk's interesting, but I think Usyk wins. I think AJ beat Zhang, but Zhang's got a good chance. I think Zhang's style's good for Usyk, and I think it's good for Fury. So I think Fury and Usyk beat Zhang fairly comfortably. He'll be in a good scrap with AJ. He'll be in a good scrap with Wilder. He'll lose to both, though, if he does take those fights. I do think Zhang's probably the 5th best heavyweight, to be fair. I'd say so. I think he'd beat someone like White. He wouldn't find though because White's trying to clear his name. But yeah, it's really interesting to see what's next for Zhang. I can't wait. He's going to be a mandatory for Usyk at some point, where he is. He is a mandatory for Usyk, but when the WBO force it on Usyk to defend against Zhang, then that'd be interesting stuff to see. I think we will see that at some point down the line. I think it'd be a good fight, but I think Usyk wins. But Zhang, he is a top 5 heavyweight in my opinion. He's a top 5 heavyweight 100%. He's very entertaining. He's a tough, tricky southpaw as well. He's got a jab which can crack anyone. His power's really underrated. It was before coming into like the whole Joyce's fights anyway, where it has really shown where you can crack someone with the chin of Joyce. Has Joyce's punch resistance gone completely? I don't know, because I said in my prediction video that Zhang would drop Joyce around 3 or 4. He did, but I thought Joyce would get up and continue. But has it gone? He's taken many shots. It's going to be interesting, but he is upping up the levels a lot though, so it's interesting in my opinion to see. But Joyce has came out and said in an interview that he's not retiring. Zhang's old as well though. He is 40. Joyce is 30. Yeah, Joyce is 38. Like, they're both old. If we want Zhang, like Zhang's probably in his prime now. If we want to see Zhang and Usyk, let's get that fight made. Both southpaws. It's a good fight, but I feel like that's kind of what puts it more in Usyk's favour. Usyk being a small, proper, slick southpaw. I think, and Zhang's also a southpaw, so Usyk's got the style to match him and outclass Zhang, in my opinion. But I don't know why I'm saying this about Zhang, because Zhang's a top fighter who has a chance against anyone. Like, Zhang has a chance 100%. I think AJ and Zhang would be a great fight. I think Zhang and Wilder would be a good fight. I think Zhang beats everyone apart from Fury, Usyk, Wilder, and AJ. That's what I think. But yeah, Zhang, top fighter, great win, got the game plan right, didn't have to change anything. Yeah, got it spot on. What a fighter Zhang is. Joyce, it's unfortunate to see. He shouldn't be getting like this much criticism of everyone. Like, yes, it was an awful performance, but you know, people I've seen mocking him on social media because of it. You know, it's not great to see. But yeah, let's see what happens with Joyce from here. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.